Anocht GA bio beg an taxan is fear going o chréf amán an na mún fé fethe agus na fórna a géirí cáilú das na bautí dearnacha. Tristamh calúnta hína sicaite tá géirtháine sé glimnach le bua a áil chun cáilú den gluthe leithcheanis.
Níor facin sa mar luachsairige liminach.
In an aigen jobhtá fuair an láidir ó Chorcaig atá cáilethe don gluthe ceanis hena hain agus iad fééis Stuart Ben O'Connor.
It's an chuil ó buaite ag Corcaig.
Níos déanaí tairigh Portláirige cuairt Hibridáran. Portláirige imethe as a gomórtas hena hain na Tiberdig fuair siúd a géad bua an tata sicaite.
Géirgáige Tiberdáran le bua tá bua fachtacha.
An bouta dearnach de chluí sa grúpa a gréibh amán na mún fé fethe agus a siad limanach agus Corcaig a chuirigh tús le heics na hithe an cluthe tap bio ó Fork TUS na Gaile limnach ag le huair treis seach. Agus cúpla nómad reis an bio app TG Cahar nó íormheo ma hastíad nó fechadar a delafís beag Tiberdáran agus Portláirige a tuirtaigh a chéile freisin. Se an gluthe bio tránó na nniuh ha se sein plí lei seo. Tá Corcaig cáile has cuma cadí anan siad Fork na himarthe tránó na nniuh ach mada le limnach ha sé anna hain plí. Bua be si tríd. Kyle be si dama ach a leid Jamie Wall tá sé na lábh a héin a bhfuil tú súla taisbántas úthe nacht.
Cinnte go bhfuil agus is tócha tús don críomh ceart mar tá sé go léir an lína do limnach an ach é sin ráta tá fearn anna lád ar anam na heag Ben O'Connor so léironn sé sin an meon atá ag fearn banistíocht agus fearn Corcaig den nacht.
All right, Caimid súil beidir ar na tarthaí ag a buinte seo ón dá irin so limnach hosníad ar an feachta seo le bua an ag Fortláirige a bhí cóscóir an ag an Chláirige chailad ar an lá dearnach an ag Hibridáran agus mada le Corcaig choiríar céad faoin géad atá cosisiú go dtí seo. Portláirige clítean san Tiberdáran an san an chlár trí bhua imirthe, trí chluthe imirthe agus trí bhua aimsethe. Seo é chlár na baintí. So tá Corcaig trí go dtín gluthe ceanis is cuma cadthar líon na nacht an na cluichí go léir imirthe ag an chlár so tá siad san críochtathe go bainte seo ach má bhfuin Tiberdáran ar Fortláirige agus má bhfuin limnach an sa an ag Corcaig léime siad thar an chlár isteach sa dara agus sa tríomhhaid agus dá bhár isteach sna bautaí leithcheanist. Cearca mar sin, so cíimi den is cad a cheapan an dá champa. Diarmid Mullins, anion gur chailad ar limnach am rá an lá dearnach an ag Hibridáran. Bhí sé dóchas a go háirithe treis an taisbántas a bhí acu sa dara le.
You want to try and address that we just didn't start that well in the game, but equally we had about 11 wides in the first half, so it wasn't like we didn't have possession. Obviously our shot selection and use of the ball, but we just didn't compete like we usually compete. But in fairness to this bunch, right from minor and all the way through to now, that's probably the worst 30 minutes they've produced in a number of years. So I'd have faith that the guys will have a performance. We hope the performance is going to be good enough, but it'll be two good teams, and in this championship so far there's been nothing between the teams, so we just need to make sure we're there with a chance with 15-20 minutes to go.
It's all about competition for places really is our main thing, we've got to keep the winning feeling going. We've had 3 good wins, but we're aiming for a 4th here now up against tough opposition in Limerick, but it's about fighting for places now for the Munster final and just putting out a good performance for the Cork team tonight.
Cork are qualified, that must be an advantage to you.
I wouldn't think so. I think Cork will want to win. I know, if I was in their position, you want to keep winning, you want to keep the confidence up. I wouldn't have thought so. They want to get a win. They'll be playing in the final in 3 weeks' time. Might be their last competitive game before that. We just have to focus on ourselves, and we know we'll need a hell of a performance to beat the team that's qualified already and qualified with a round to go.
But they're going to come out from the start very hard. We know that they're a good team, some very good forwards there, and Shane O'Brien and Adam English and another few of them. So look, they're a good team. It's just the way the under 20 goes. You just don't know who you're playing. Each week, the team might change. It's 4 games in 5 weeks. So teams change and they vary from game to game. So we expect their strongest team out tonight now, and they're going to give it everything. And we're expecting that.
Seamar sin da Corcaig so ha sé sein plí ha si tríd ach da limnach fiidir anna bhasa dara le an ag Hibridáran an lá dearnach fiidir ina gola sa chéad le. Bhíonn sé go ráda go massa dara le go gatha siad buchant bhfuil buil an Jamie go bhéadach an cléthe seo nach a bheith éon taobhach I bhábhar limní.
Ní dólam go bhfuil an rud nach bhfuil ráta ag aon duine ná go bhfuil de sé seo Corcaig champaign na mún ag an íos seo mínór a chur amach as an craobh agus nuair tá de sé go is tócha rud dhéanamh níos éasca dút féin caiigh tú an de sin a hágan so ní dólam go bhfuil éon buil de sin a nocht gonna near na Rami.
Okay, well Keimid Cadatá tacht faoi ís ag Limnach Yomid Luch Séher Beidir an Tuispontas an Sod Tranona in Jov a Keimid Conas a Veg Honna Fornanish ag Brian Tires.
Ar dar gur magat a bhí hílagus tas námid marsin le buchlí na háte trí harú dianta ge Limnach ón gluthe dearnach a gluthe a chaiste a bhuachtaí mar a sóldíh. Ceann simúla se Joseph Fitzgerald a bhí Larn Parke an lá dearnach a bheith bocha siar mar lán cholaí connacht taobh le Ebnoléirí a bhí anna bha. Nis tá captain na fórna Ethan Hurley bocha isteach ón glíán mar ibre sé, seans go meis siúd Ben Cunningham Tranona, agus maidlis na haire an chéad cheann i Larn na Parke. Michael Gavin a tasnú den géadúir sa bheachtas go dtí seo, sna tosa an son bhfuil tá sé Brian bocha amach grín glíán, ní sé siúd har bheith éfachtach an lá dearnach acho beag, agus an dá a hrúile sna cúnaí ó sin ó fearla fuair gá faointe mar óna daon lá dearnach, can héas sa chúnéile agus Adam English a gortaíoch an lá dearnach tá sé siúd a tasnú. Maid le Cork marsin chluithe nach haise de bhuachtant, chéir arú dianta gan manistíocht de chluithe na híanacht. Mar Cowell sa lína lán chúil an chéad sacha go siúd sa bheachtas, taobh le Shane Kingston agus le Darragh Sullivan bert at go leor a dhimrins na tosathe dá gomain. Ben O'Connor mar lechúlaí lár an chéad húsa go siúd, tis de bheith dianta go le dúil go sí rugby lár nóire, taobh le captain na fórna Micheál Mullins. An chéad hús leis a lár na Parke de Hillian Tobin, agus an na tosathe, sé Ben Cunningham príomhnéascar na fórna, bhí sé héin agus tíomad hílaí gim de bhlinse McCarn, agus tá Adam O'Sullivan nó bhéile an cheasaigh th náisiúríist Tranona.
Se fechmid a rein Tim Rory, so Shane O'Brien imróir le taihí seintir ach bheas me go raibh sé ciúin an lá dearnach.
Bhí sé ciún agus tóchatá an pedigree ann mar deirtar, is ní a Páidí O'Brien imróir Limnach é agus tá mé agsúil go bheith cléim mór ag nocht.
Now, scéal mór de Chorcaigh, Ben O'Connor, imróir atá dul le rugby ach atá fósa gimmert, don géadúir go dainsa a mórta seo le Corcaigh nocht.
Yeah, well look, níl mar cinnta fós faoi Ben Tommy Galéir is tócha ag súil go bheith sé gimmert imáint ach sár imróir é fear anna ach líos féidir le éis sin éiscint mór lád ar téigeach, so tá sé bua mór de Corcaigh a bheith going in nocht agus is sin an bríomhrád.
Éiscin, now Adam English go húnta seo éiscin cumá go háire tréis go rimmic sé den Fork an lá dearnach.
Yeah, dúigh sé go Fork le gortú beag ar a rútín ach tá sé an seo nocht agus don clé ciniúnach dómh agus beag taispántas mór ag tasta luha.
Yeah, and lína antas action anna gain séireach ag Limnach, so Darragh Sullivan agus an lína lán cúil ag Corcaigh beag Tranona go nóthacha go.
Beag go dain agus tócha tá Darragh Sullivan dain séireach go má ag dul don tús leis an íród is tócha imróir lár Parke an áír agus tá sé Harbh compórdaach ar an íród.
Okay, so ní fád wing tasach na himmer mar sin, so fill me ar a musca trochtach de huas an son, tá Donal O'Grady, taobh le Brian Tires.
Agus ar dúis beag árán na bhíanagan. Se mar sin Park TOS na Gaelansa a gahir lemné agus fear na hínse ó éóg Noel Malone an sanna gúnta an chláir mar réitórin sa Tranona agus beag chuirchuigean na gorcaíoch gáirthe samúil tascain go méid Limnach a lí amach a hénig chuné seo bhuachtain nó beag deidir diantacha I bheachtas na bliana seo Corcaigh hena hain cáiliad an gluthe ceannis ach tá áitin le buachtain agus beag omíocht atar a hénig a hólá fá PSGLA. Limnach marsin agus Lár Park an nó glanach Tranona, seoltas dechan sa chofad le Con Hayes, Shane O'Brien agus tá an chéad tansaige siúd agus tá an chéad scóir leis fachtaige anna hasachta Limnach a gcónail.
Se agus bhí sean éasca fad just an íróide chorógan na goduine agus Shane O'Brien nach fuair mar an scóir sa commórtas go dtí seo ach ceanna hana bheith tácht dóibh chun tús mar an táchtaí do Limnach ná a bheits a cléas a chéad den ó méid.
Roch sé bhfuil Ben Cunningham beidir mock amach a John Cleáin de Chorcaigh an a Black Island son get Joseph Fitzgerald an Ferma Fachten son get Yermot Healy. Limerick walk agus tinne Craig and agus Sinead Paddy O'Donovan tá ráfeiticha agus Neil Newman taine catte.
Yeah, Paddy O'Donovan ag drid amach an son goí lána park agus sin dúláán dá óid a ben O'Connor mar, you know, an Lannig sé nó an Vannig sé an son, so sin shift beidir, you know, atá bate ag Corkig fanach dán agus Alan Tierney agus an Fartevlina láf san éir an son agus just a has Micheál Mullins amach har an lín an son ach cinte ag fécin mar a dúirt an son tinne cricin ar Limnach tigan siad go gaith si tús tapig a bheith agus gás gór an a háchtach ón na príomhnéas gríotá có.
Mar sin Adam English garisteach a geisiúdach tóg freisin an son Ben O'Connor a húlacht seoltaisteach leis sa chuúin agus ceann madan do saí praba aigeamach an córtach a Fer Chorcaíon son agus Sinead David Cremen da chéile córic an chalís meoltaige agus an chéad tansaige Corcaíonis.
Yeah, just hánig sin rinne sé anhhar fáid chun an líróide chosint an son Evan O'Leary agus an son, you know, just hánig sé stair agus chalís amideach an áíre man idir sé dolí an aitach súscaí an cúneach. Seo ceann dechar inis de Ben O'Connor búlann sé an líróid len an láh chlé so tá sé níos arúnaí an taobh seo seachas an taobh eile ach fós is ceann dechar é.
Dó 25 go dtí seo aige. Ach, tá san cuair well tá an cúla búir de gas smut an ábuinte sé gaansan ach Corcaig ar chlár scóir aige.
Yeah, just díar chláistí don tost an son up be sin táchtach an óid chud muín. Tá sé gimmart amach a mhan son ar clé sa lá lína agus ihredóig an son Diarmaid Healy meisteach lá bhuiil.
Johnson búirt ríist ag Limerick an son Adam Fitzgerald ó cheampalaigh leantáin isteach í fear an chusláán nua hir Can Hayes a thosaigh an chéadach lethe níor dhéanaan lá dearnach agus sin obair bhahansan ag Dara O'Sullivan Chorcaí a chrá agus a chéapa agus an telefarnáis ag Corcaig.
Yeah, an ding bháilteach don san ó Adam O'Sullivan agus just comádann sé leis an sin ní ligann sé dó dul amach an son agus just lena láh ag deire just búlann sé a láh agus titan an líróid har an taobh lína.
Ó tíonúr na bíon an tos ar fadistigh agus de chéile córic bíon Dara mar chosantóir le cois. An of Black Island son ag James Dwyer agus Corcaig treis an ceann na rébrú chofad le taig ó canlanis. Fear bhailn cholig féhrú Adam English an chumar English cuirte lán intensa. Pas live at Begáin beag ní chrín agus chun cínar Cillian Tobin. Ach tá frám ag siúd bheithas ciún an clutter. Búirt ar náisige Corcaig an bheith clár páirge is sní go deasla na chéile se chun fear a chúl mar cáil na dúglaise. Búirt chun cían san nach obair bhaige Barry Duff. A 40 a Lorna Parkinson, búirt ag siúd Michael Gavin ach catarhúig go mí glisnach a Derden Ray Tower.
Yeah, bhíh sé sa múl fécin na sin arís ceapas go caiisi an líróid san éir agus sin gur bhúsin lena láh ach béad a raibh an ceartaigh an réitor ach ceann ní siimplíon is ag Ben Cunningham chun na fórna chuir có scór ag fécin ar an action go dtí seo bhríon an sunrise ní éiad farrá go bhfuil nach bhfuil Corcaig sús an cléthe seo agus cinnte tá Limerick sús an so is socha go méid córach chuigh díon go dtí deire.
Tá cinnte gúil sé chur bhhaile ag Diarmaid Mullins ar na cosantóirí gan a bheith géile pucan na saoire. Tuis go chruine agus atá an fersa uatha agus tá siad curtha ar chó scóir aige Ben Cunningham. Nis an pucamach gaiile aige Josh O'Reilly, tóiste go deasaige. Gavin tostathe go maith. Machan sa go dtí David Fitzgerald an son nach réist, Corcaig sa bhalachar a súd, Gavin an bouta sa dulta trasfárce. Smachtathe go háling aige Can Hayes ar a géadíireacht. Go leor am ag inis sin cumán a chuir leis a gceannsa agus an glíán hail sin peinte don géadscóis.
Well, puintúnta go son agus tá nóid dimar sé anna bhagann an chlár an san tháinig sé an barcantang se chatte ag gine tipt agus bint scórúnta goig an san an taobh.
Mar sin í léana ach bhfuil na fórne a dtíar aige seo bhuachtain Ben O'Connor. Búirt go deasaige chun cían son, tócann sa aige Cillian Tobin agus lascáltaisteach aige siúd ach gan éon tróir in éair leis a gceann son agus chuir fór ílige.
Well, Cork me Cork just ag gérig an son an líród a chuirteachí Colin Walsh tá sé ár agus tá sé éfacht agus sig rimna ceanó agus seachas sé chuir ar fórí.
Ben O'Connor techt Trastenson onadal ar bail. And come on, Kyle take a chéile Cork agus Reiston Schlitter dáil to go maithige. Smachta in so again Fairvailen Cholig James Dwyer. Nish Martian. Here Tans Tranona and son. And I read again Ben Cunningham on Nimmertach and Schlitter Gaffa Mach Harris the Evelina.
Ja, well, the Slayer Golden Dyer, Nigiri on passing a horde, took a made a dad made on Son August on Shelf of Hort or Colaka, just in Conchino James of the Wire Row, added Goody on Tave, August Cool Sharon Tavelina.
Put to go hall and get Shane O'Brien. Nishan Clehan Sosa Gasho, August Tosh go hauling or Shino Farrell on Prab, Ishtach on the Live, it's on August Ton Los Gasho, on Corahut as the cool and paint to Facht again, Taku Tour to British Versa.
Well, the lyric she on Tom Shakat and son and Lewis at half free, but Corky on son August Shane Kingston just couple of meter tape here though. None of you only Rory could do the stack or Shane O'Brien August been cooling Shimpli and Sunday Limnoch.
Pokemach Garrett, Hofadle Kingston. Cian Scully Dolistach Cruig and son August Berhamo Ben O'Connor English August and goal at talk again. Oh, Crew Heinig with son Lashtig no last mo on goal Avrin Biog last mo has boilach.
Yeah, the English Tasha Gimmer talk ever carrying a Grimmiga, but Tasha Gimmer to mo so Clihan, Marata, Egg, Patrick O'Donovan and son Coma, August Shane O'Brien image stock in Arbreel.
Come more Greg, Brian Sanderson, a Macklin Clihan Howl, Slachte Gellim, Nagazit the Gimmer to Vadni Savar, O Hosach Namaravider, and Law Dernach, Augustan Farsaga Horde, at the end of a deal of Tadara Sullivan a Wochel, a Clay Lesheritagus, Shelif Kimata Gellim, Nachachun Paddy O'Donovan, on Brugga Corkig, Agur Damwele, Augustan Lawson Sinish, again me Hall Mullins, on Downpull Gal Smachte, and Nach Morniga Ben Cunningham. Smoked me up, but she counts on Puckstass the Limnoch.
Yeah, well, the Higgins Cadavir Shuligan, some Vishak Ligant, a year ago, Leroy Ligant, Dol Harris, and son, there has to go, you can make in Shellavon, but just a Crusher Love, let's August Crusher Backer, August Kuigan Leroy Haran Tavrina, Ake Kafaran, Son Goil, Anna Comortis Kadisha, Kerra Coolina, Glimnoch, August near Crushid, just Kunawan, Cutter Stray, a Gadam English on Lahlina.
Ben O'Connorson, Fair Vailanoa, Hand Drummer. Dian of Goma Gadisha Mar Vanistor, Le Comini Exola, and with the counter Shin Baden East Diani, Idrin Darling, Paddy O'Donovan next the inch, and Passy Helt Gahalin, Achta Moran, Alorgan Sunagay, O Oshino Farrell, Kingston, Tachtamachas and Glare Fachtgay, on my Jordan Sun Fair Vanister in the Corn, Lehed in the Park, Usai to get Corkig, Shachan Mihal Mullins and Ish, Glare Facht and Sunagay, Agus Gmerklish or Cosanardi, William Buckley. Daniela the crew, Common Baronefa, Augustal Lawson again Verson, Cork come on, not again Gossentor, no Lahosi, and I read the Alano and Shear, Maller to Shelve, Agusar do Manaman to Limnach.
Yeah, and Cork come on, the Anton son again, Joseph Fitzgerald, just Lanche, Lesion Tacklan, son Akam, a reach on over in Tossa Corkig, Kurgan Road, Haran Tavrina.
Nishtan Fairlar Park, Agus Benin, Spruck and son Killian Tobin. Draw Fox Glass and Mata, August Top Paddy O'Donovan, Tonic Lushach, Mila Urdnis Fair and Noch to get Limnach. No matter if you're going to have a door and Ben O'Connor, we sent the gun me, Glishner Kerkalor, Kenat Hagenshell, Kinna and Voltora.
Yeah, just like Fairkin and son on a Visionly Road and son just beginning so cool and son August Sam, you know, big and Retor and Akalesh, Enam Godali in Shishin, or to squeal and Retorilesh, no squealchelesh, on Tom son August Shans like Fairkin on Grinnis, a Vic Patrick O'Donovan and Tang Shakata, August Rishanov, Leshin Kate Villa, Hooksha, Nivagain Diwali, Leshin Gyonshaw.
Shafusha Nagin and La Dernach, Shacht gain the fuck on the Sire. Agus Fairville Tahi leis na Sheenchirige, near Cork Mach Dacrochta Lead and Saga, Agus and Council Board took a crane, Martian, Limerick and Ishkaffa, seeking the 20 fantastic Daniel Mutkacha.
Well, Rudderwana Connicus and son, you know, the Queen made a nose ta on Latin Corky touchy rose squilte, catchy vehus, ni smogs, ni china, Kera Cora concern like a rich touchy tort made a doive, I guess, touchy kinning concern or a hen on the road sus.
Talk a hauling get his rark and Rhaid and son of Gertashe Mare, the law of a desha achta on a Cork or fad, Idre Hennig agus Dara Sullivan Sahunishin.
Yeah, but if you're on a road, Curtis Traston Thompson of Reen, I guess, you know, fortunately, road gone more on straw, Marnil Corky get Cork, Galore Brew, and went to Limney and most of 3 in law.
Martin Saunderson, Gaffa Gary de Reist, Mark Howell and Trussa, Kingston. Her national sog of Fernand Douglas, Shotach and Keenan son. Agus will Calais Gentleson, Ronan Lyons, Farvonia Lean, Penia, Stutter Ord, Heleshige, Ach Ord, Hemach, Harshad of Lina, Agus Smutton Mion, son Lesh.
Yeah, Gortiog, Colin Walsh and son. I guess not just a force, Willis Sagloon, I guess Tasha Begani Bakak, no Tasha Rihstakrish, Godia Oit, one of the four, but just Keem Begani Bakaki, Bitter Gorvul and Command, Iteration, Cork Command, Cork Command, Efok Kusha.
Martian Ben Cunningham, a Lorg, Rahe, Achgan Peen, Aunda, Martian Fanataloon, Kenachashin, if he gets to get Batoon and son against the cooler, Achto, India Vounce, Slachter, get Joseph Fitzgerald. Pass on to get Josh O'Reilly and the Yassen Sonamach. Ethan Hurley, Butcher, Ishkan and the Vegas, Canhays, and Spricker Goni, County Button Sonnegat, Betnu Tsuro, Horkik Sovalach, Lord of Hersheld, Todd Dakrachti Mora, Agro, get Farn Hushline no here.
Yeah, just it's a on size on Kaidan Leroy, Ty Dullish Dack and son Tasha, Ta Illing Bralish and son of Makos Core Hayes, I guess Tashi Tak the Makagomar, Tamaran Spas and son, I guess a reach Neil Corky Gate 5 Galore Brewer and in the Ty Con Leroy Dishtach.
Martian Ben O'Connor, Limdach, a cur uncluttered Osihune, I guess she's Cleha the park if not Gland the Sud, Mas Fedler. Cook Vedra started on goal to Paddy O'Donovan. Agus Shin Preen to Ella, Shin Herkin as a Hele, and Ishigalimdach.
Yeah, Donnoy Ben O'Connor Tiger with Ilor and Latlin and son Nilmoran Amani Optimer again, Ekermar Viche, a player rugby le Preza Skull Fain, Agus and Shin Viche is a Frank and son the hearing. So Neil Galore Tahi get ever Gimater and Level Shaw.
Well, Viche Shin reached versus over 2 look, Stachs and Noch, the Capasainig. Squeal to Harris again, Ray Tower. Nish on Council Agus and Defricht, it and Stitter Huigistach and son, Agus and Dale, a Tayan of Gar Liminach, and Hilaire and son, Lakahinus command son to get Kingston, Ben O'Connor. Reached Curchan Keenige, Agus the Bay Adam O'Sullivan and Spruckach, a Hennig Agus Colin Walsh, Nietzsche Luch in Echragun. Kingston, Gaffashir, in the Cool Board. Ben O'Connor. Machen so John Clehain, agus Nordenson let Diarmid Healy fairly school.
Yeah, but whom Jog didn't Diarmid Healy and son. The court just on Leroy the Vatal, Shear and some RV, William Buckley and son every day, just like Fanacht on the British She Socket, Kuchel and a law of Augustano Kucha Amaka Gurian Tavlina.
I think we're Diarmid Mullins in the Bannister, Fairboy Crev. Manure Pellen the head and Ferro, Le Conte Leash and the Shast are no Shagas, no Shacht. As a play the Kursi Manich, the Tash and Sub Privy Scottish Henig. Ben O'Connor reached. Council Board to Ardega, Moran reached 11 saw. Agus the Cost Authority on the Gentiga dealer for Cunningham attack the stack Ard Gomahan Sunwish. Achani Chattu and son the Evan O'Leary gun and Gironega.
Donway Ben Cunningham, Shade Trig, August Better 3 Orlock and Son Raven O'Leary is far Biogi, August you know, Kaiti Verkurma and Son Better Dully the Croman, Shockers the Dully the Gulen.
Shakatu Ardegna Hooter last the Hale Cork, a Pescale, Tagoma, Agus Neil Gold, Paddy O'Donovan. Facht again, Son Agus Tash Leedian to get a reached, Tar Ryan Son Athletic, Daska Adamos or Darrow Sullivan. Agus Shachun Corkganish, Edivrehun Sea, and Fedler Sheliv, Ahala, Hordalina Lawn, Tossigastig, Ta Daragamahan on the Pointy, Claro, Stacker in the Grahar, Shahun Adamanish, Kaffa Temple here in Scully, a Gromrish Goul nach Morga, Agus Mata, Tan Council Kurga Kreenige, Began Shannon, Johnny Wuchel, Saustrish Gounson.
Yeah, and a Cormato Corky, Susan Clehanson, I guess, Brisha Markinson, Darrow Sullivan, Agus in the dollar just past das, could he Adam, I guess, Cooling Bra fight goes. Fishing a Tastal Gugero Corky, Kafara.
Bediger scorish in a Sporachet, Shahun. Diarmid Healy and Ish, but just a show that reached. Need shit, Ish need the Himmer, Lish and Lena Lawn Tussig, Marba Vilo, Yanavagaz Ethan Hurley, Omega Fiachan Kiha Glushacht, Adam English of Emar Spruck, after in Mark Howell Dohan, and I showed the Hurdavilla, Gadirt Mata, Jenta Race, English, on a Local Gadonson, the Cork, I said, Deshaka, Edifrey Hunsi, and Son Adrebe, James Dwyer, Ian Vlocal, and Son of Penny. Shortachan Keenan Sahinish, William Buckley. Dubbe James Dwyer Kinte, Ian Vlocal. Fachten Sahinish, Kremen, Taka Lasmo. Dakrachti Cospas, the Hard Wild, Stachan Son of Mela Hoon, and the Williton Hurley Meshir Marlon, Hooli, Geliminach, Ach Peskel, Shane O'Brien. Reached Omega should fight a Shin Marfas, Stachan Sa, got Con Hayes. Agus da ause ein Hussentor, Shelifton Thornton Jackard, ein Love Shirley and the Vershin, Agus painted on Gilskar, again Paddy O'Donovan in the Stoilem.
Yeah, Paddy O'Donovan just like Fanach the Machach as an Immerton son Mar Takiok, Agus Can Hayes on way, give it on of Arfa, just pass Bra, Sheer Krieger, Agus Cooley Numtuch.
Martian Button son Fevro again, Adam Fitzgerald. Punta Cork, Shachun Diarmid Healy, Lee Stachan son of the Cork, Shin County Darvanish, Agus Fachten son of Eliga Kremen, with Coalition son Neelerson Ray Tower. Limnach, Agus Stacker, the Gahiton Vin, the Hostic Sichiad, Lagun, Heberdarn, and Lodernach. Oh, Connor, oh, Hennig and Nolan, son Agus Limnich, Kurashir at a Hooniga. Shachun. On Soilivan, a Harish Counon, on its son Nero at the Hen, Shinan Tarn the Counon bashed.
Yeah, been on Lee Road, Dr. Makuganson, Adam O'Sullivan, Agus the V, Rd.5, Ibril Againson, Hanish Stacker, Love Clay, Agus Erloid, Corky Gunson, Tashley, Command, Limnock, Force Limnock, I didn't have an impression on the Nacht.
Agus hier de Schnee de Himmer reached Paddy O'Donovan at all Ford in the Park and Son and Counson, Boort de Stachige, Agus Ta Brat, Elle, a Hordach on Sonnerstig, Scorna, Braha Erfat.
Yeah, massive guy, Corky Gruddig and Ian Son, Paddy O'Donovan just in a, bidder, Mark Cawley, Ferrer Correr, just kind of Commander Marta on Spas, also go to Martashi, Rovur, and Son, Agus, Bidding, Corky needs far just Lee Shear begun in them, Martashid, and Ish Keracooling Kunderig.
Keracooling as a Helig, Paddy O'Donovan, Cookin Erfat, Fachten Son again, Far Effin. Agus tá Sanderson a techt amach, agus Queen ver an gaun sa bhóla ach sheer lat der ber Cunningham fog fúm sa seo.
Tá sé seo anada fad amach beidir go merch níos fearbeidir duine ón le lína cool an son é seo thugant agus Keane Gold Ben O'Connor son faoi bhrúinis. Nadidir an bhfuil sé gortainú just ag tá physio Rory Woodley de amach chuig an son chun fécin ar a glúnú ar ag mar sinnde nó a routine beidir.
Marsin Cúig Véder is lechiad on the Chúl Heinig. Búil to Gomahagach, búil Chef Fada Galore. Well, ní rah Chef Fada Galore ná Crean Galore, agus an tarna ceannar fóraí le Corcaig.
Well, ní ag mén cíl le sin an áíre, bar beidir just an ligant an duine sa lelína just an ceann sin hógant agus big lad. Honest.
Ó go hádan ar fad, le rohulú an hinclí ge Shane O'Brien búil sé sin búil to go dasaige. Over Belger have the live edition. Camera will puck amach get Josh O'Reilly choma hard of a creeninuf.
Well, tá spás ón agus tá sé ag imsúna díine an son má tá sé ag rihisteach sa spás agus Corcaig dá nóid tá sé ag fulling pagáin leis na puckan amach fada a ceann sin má búta có.
Se nada chun sa bhúid Ben Cunningham and Counson nach the yin agus ár de histeach aige a charíis las mogan gúile agus ceanna le fóraí có.
Yeah, Cafarán son again, tá féin méid beag nach dimimiis agus tá coimar dó limnach right agus an 6 an Salai rútáid dolisteach a bhhad níos fearr agus a bhhad níos éfachtaí ag limnach ná mar atá Corcaig.
Brú maithan son ag limnach sa trí an láir ár de leis ag Cian Scully agus a ríist O'Connor a chur hain in núil in son fé hín tarna ceann caloríiseach mátá. Well, nis mar sin. Beidir na bach sé sin Rástóma ag Ben O'Connor mar seo a bhí gháin in son sin éon chiad bhuiile bhí gleach ní raibh an ceann son agus ní raibh deireadh dianta go fólaige.
Well, is so good Hannig Farley near Stark agus Kuiche Sheer and son just began improve and son but another target down now you know to give us a in a cool and son kind smack the very good things machine but down no Neil Ben Trish Moran Mani Octimert son the right from me and agus better will shake token Tashe Crohu Dakrok Dido better lesson Lewis Italian Glihe shop
Sha Farah Gwal done artist ach far more grey larger kinte.
But another hooking shana took she chance at the Paddy O'Brien agus Glackick she or Paddy O'Donovan Gamelashke agus Glackick she les young chunk of fun of her son Corky Donoy began in squilt this Lina agus Ilona Parker mask bitter dog she on Latina Tossak sheer began in right fiction is fadoil.
Well no hale heady run corner the really good big glory log shoot the dear for Glahama agus an Carter fada go a gáin ní rá héin chó cinnte leat ach an bhairtíanta get Paddy O'Donovan. Well tá raca dhéanamh gan bharsa go dtí seo. Cúig faointe a dúirt na fórin inis. Och neomant agus bgáin in na chuisle dul go le hama. Agus an cumán a harca nús an son ag Conor Malcher chamán a chéile Cork.
Well, they took 9 million on it or League Edition immer summer Limerick you know is shelf na road agus fishi dollar English.
Tassan Jint agus Porty come a get Ben O'Connor. Passant stakir í Adam O'Sullivan hat treis techtnamach began in Bug. Agus be seo an 3 pointe 3 iirecht feinte Adam O'Sullivan na 3 cín Coracrínige.
Yeah, it's been Lero room to go. Ben O'Connor and son Derek is stuck in alive. Just a frabche, Kashe. Derek has had a test on. So better my Corky needs far just Lero the Cormac Kugamar Tasha Eric Lihem on the far.
Ben O'Connor Nashinish Benegrave over than Mediger Dusher. Ach Tasha Socrates is Kamahanish. Putin saw Agus Putin get Joseph Fitzgerald. Passant go deas sin O'Brien gan éine chuisteach ná amach showed bechercimach scóran sa beise buile le sinnig as é sinna chur fóríl.
Sure Ben Sinead on Anna go wild Sinead but just in on command just to Jeru Begani then a Cork commander but Shinnon Dara Kion as a kid no go Christian O'Brien or stray.
Nis tóca get Cian Scully chun tusagar year mit Healy and son. Tamí noch nic mar Con Hayes in ish agus sin Adam English Tanner on Meyer Ross at on Fraction son in a fear gear ach an the vertichtige English.
I mean Conun took on son just you know on skilled high English and chin touch you know touch again of Shingama dol trasna Rookshare agus Dira Cannon trasna and Visha Anna Yakara Fadlish and Illing of V3.
Obervadien te get locht leislim nie in de schachtene ta on gomme English Christian lawn into Shane Kingston. Ruherma gaan Kienige, Deschen Sonish, agus in Counson, Boortje Stechenson, agus Dierig las mogen goelige William Buckley. Dan de groe de baars ha Cork Park in nacht.
Well, she and William Buckley on our deck she stuck near the venue, stick near the venue, Nis Congrue not took a quick made on good so veer, Dulce Tanser, agus just a quick clay, a Kaffaron son, scoring a double take Limerick and agus you know, Edig Martin's far.
Nis Michael Mullins, a Dul Sheeran son, Fevru. Irene Lesh on pass a chur Varasach. Skipperlesh again Michael Gavin, Shane O'Brien and Dave Howell. Ach Gaffers ta English Kuristach is also called in Chule Collier right now with the nose. Slachter against Shane Kingston. Agus Pucks are the macht the Cork against nach hat Maravian. Raka Yanviga Con Hayes, ach Tashida Hachen fell out her liminach.
Well, another William Buckley to the Shibagani in his Tasha Jim Vishalana Park, a size every day, but Tashi does Shibagani, a tour taki up to the Cork here on Sun.
Or Dilesh Kadiasiga Ben Cunningham, Ethan Hurley, Diriga Houndu, Sahonia, Agus and Vlacon, Diantagus Hurley, Wachela, Hurinul, the Ben Cunningham, Nagyosha Faxerajach.
Well, de brig sé amach gamad brin Cunningham mar bhí sé á bhúlan san faoi bhrú cíimiid an sanna ar an lína beidir 2 méadar déag amach an san de bhíh sé decha beidir scór dáile náid sinach fuair sin 65 so beidir go méid chans I gceith cúlín dáile an seo.
Se gan éon scór fós I gceith Cunningham. Mar sin cúigniú mat ledal rim le haman sa.
Well, má échan tú istíg ar Cork an san beidir Colin Walsh countas na himóí is fearrtá costig níl twin shelf a fightige mar an ggéine le David Cremin istíg Adam O'Sullivan an téan tosíháin ar Cork gotáid déanamh gomáigen am sola trí cúlína sa céile agus ganna 5 cín scóráilteá.
Ach bintis gon an glúiseach níos fearige. I gceith Adam O'Sullivan an Vertile.
Ja, tá sé glúiseach na má beidir bhfuil níos ní beidir go bhfuil beidir na hórdathe a chá just fanachta stig agus gúil ceadig Adam bheith tachtamach bud cai Corkig bheith níos déana agus níos fórsúla sa trí an lár.
Na sin an puck sé bhéidir a seaca ach sin builte go hálan ar fad I gceith Cunningham. Cheiricín etar níis.
Ja, maar wel die blik sin amach gomadóibh agus cai Corkig bheith chu brún is tá Ethan Hurley dul siar an san tá sé gimmart mar lán cúlísáid agus ag dul siar ag tóg na ruúide an bocamach cai si brú chuir.
Se chun Con Hayes, siar go dtí Gavin. Ní gynnig son an gnúach tá Sanderson a techt amach an sa agus gan éon strain féin spéidir. Pasálta go deas amach go lár na park agus cos céim deas le tríomh ge Cillian Tobin fear an a henna bríide. Se chun Mullins inis. An Graham Curran a siúdach ní raibh sé Gary go leorige agus op an bhaige limnach an limnach aige Adam Fitzgerald. Ronan Lyons. Machan sa go dtí Hurley déanta go deas aige fear an chusláin nua hir. Raibh Calais an son well buile déanach ar Ethan Hurley chomá. Agus Ben Cunningham a gháil leis cé leiseach níl simdá léadige cían Scully sa Flámás dar le sénig.
Yeah, well, I reached ní a bhíon gála sin an áir just Ben Cunningham ag dolisteach fa gáin déanach ar mar bhíon ní roid búit an son istig sa cúne ag bhfuil ceart ar Sullivan an son agus ní mar anón ar just dag sé beidir iling nó a chamána stig nó a bhí sé dul Harris. Nadidir an bhacha an rétornail Maloney but tá sé tuairt beidir puck séir an is hole tá an feartíomh lína Nicky Barry ag fanacht leis an í roid hólan son timppel 5 méadar amach na mar sinnde.
Nig mar Ben O'Connor san banisteúir chorcaí a Ethan Hurley a fáid cór leiseach tá sé gimmert go má Hurley go dtí seo agus súb alles an son leis. Ach a caiintear Ben O'Connor dúr go bhuaigh se creibh a chúnta an ráid a bhánach le rá lurc an son 2 blianar hin agus an son na síintear le manisteir na corn a ghábhíle sa fethe héan agus gan dat nuair a bhí sé hénig I gimmert. Trí chréibh ile éireann agus creibh a chacúnta chomaithe agus gan dat creibh ile éireann na glob le baile nua a hen droma leihananta ór go gháin is cuineat go maithéad.
Well, Roado hin is stoch a frin sin an aib. Puck sé rí sin is brunta ar Limerick agus cai Corkig mai écan tú an méid puckan is séire a fór Limerick an son Paddy O'Donovan beidir tríú Ceracín an son agus ní bhór si déon luach in éir chu seo an carú ceann a Paddy O'Donovan beidir agus gan dóta bheith seoligh sé henan trasnána I marthúram se agus tá sé sin róáard an son don chuidán seo.
Well, an ceart a ríiste go agus brataile a gádacha sin éon féinte diaganis a ggéil limnach agus chuna fearnín sin tá siad go maithúachtar áthas na imar. Penny bhainní len rion de chúl fós. Go dtí seo sa bheachtas gá chúl feachta ggéil limnach agus tá 3 cín feachta a ggéil Corcaig. An áir le Colin Walsh agus an bise feachta ggéil David Cremin ar an tríú iirecht tá sí well ní sé ordathe fós a ggéil. Agus tá plúcha dianta dá bhara ar an sunnasteig pasáta trasta agus tá cúil feachta bhí sa caiintear na cúil agus feachta ag fear lis cúil David Hurley a Healy.
Well, bhí sé sin sais granúra slí mar do rinne David Cremin tríúir as a céile an ní roid ardú an son caiil sé an den dádig sé pas úntaach an son go dtí O'Brien ar a Healy an sin Diarmaid Healy agus isteach sa líon tán. Tú díreach go bheith taréis sé rán son nach raibh éon cúnú seans cúil feice going.
Leis mar sin sportig sanna dearfá Corcaig ach limnach a teach go láidir a ríist. Tréis na hebre go léir níle có de araspáir a gá féinte Obervanza again the Hurling again James Dwyer Fos Mata again Limerick Stechensa a Riesle Kremen Tasbachanish Tristan Coolach Rahu agus Tasha the Cookirk and the Hedenish Ta Kirk go largest on the Muich the Riest.
Kinte well on coach and Danish de Frick more than way Tato Dulles Dark Tasha Bjogna Kegla Hamanson Augustanoi Thresh Marstruct and Clear a Veg Limerick Gadiso good Tobin and Son fine Corky Cool Augustashi the Rash to Clear.
David Kremen at a lot of correlation so far vanished in the corn. Fair avoid Craven Herning Rod the manure. Le Cork and Son Clive Lena Hen. Agus tá Schachter den Vern a Hostigan lost and agus under the Lesh. Currachan Park a Nochten sa. So Rod for Feheka.
Yeah, and Fidgenson, Rory Woodell, Agus and Dr. Paddy Burke in English, Agus Fehetri and Sonny Tuckton and Barkanish.
Johnny Launach under the Shaldach Brian Keating, Dinelle. O Valian Cholig. Philip Kremen Deeringer Fark na Hemera. Talk again Colin Walsh agus that issue leis bucket amach agus an narta hoot Kane ach viidir is sille leis osca chain taib an kinne dult na chinne.
Well, on Raytor and Son, Kuituk Dino Calamage Mass and Viana come on, Susan Son look for touch a grammar Hannah Fan Agus to come on order Son I get them in English Agus you know, ni Higamon Junction in our era. Okay, Chancellor the Paddy O'Donovan in the Vic Shishna Giron Agus County's Fudamach Octan Fasha and a Creener Fad.
Well, Nish Adaming Nish Trish Tarek and Son the Gaelic Cork Stachle Ben O'Connor Agus ta Harlik Son Dirichos Court Lucht Vanishtich the Hurling Agus Special Samuel and Nish Stunga Michal Mullins ata Dalov.
Yeah, Michal Mullins over the Shakhtar but the Harlish Dirichos score on Fartavin and Alan Tierney agus Royak Mahager ni lisa gomen arera ni visek ferken sheets on Son Paddy O'Donovan vi Dirick Ray kon Poxer Hogan tagus ni akamele firinga.
Well ta Ben O'Connor me histach at the bark Choma agus ni docher gwil Son a tastal agus bedig mach Royak so have the live edition Son a goal all douche agus chuig far Chorcaí sheets and Son nish bedig mach Royak ni far an sahagan well, Per de Hall, the Visha Dirich Tarla, a Gabritishin. Augustin Niall Malone. Sauce the Stolum Ligand Lesh, Agus Ghanaian Heart at the Spinte. Well, Ta Cloch, Savinertle, again Mertica Shada Hele Kinte. Agus Diet, the Shansna for Dere, unscaled in Cluster Foligan. Nish Martian, Paddy O'Donovan. For a vote 3 nomot, Imranish os kunnen nahoedig leek. Poetistachige O'Donovan agus Tasha Shin Chomale Henchon Gadisha agus Ardu Cap Manam and the Limnach Dirich na Hammer.
Yeah, Shin Rodano agus Reken do the mid Shin Kuig will ser and ish again Paddy O'Donovan agus no Reken do a cloud and score on Son. He feared the cocky give a toward pucking a Sarah Martian, Natashi Paddy O'Donovan, Yoichi Son and Gakome.
Well, and Raytorian is a glech an owl or Ben O'Connor, Banistor, Chorcaí, agus Tarshech on Lower Clash and Son Tishkadani Shestach, Edinburgh, Marikin, Jimson and Skylion, agus the other Shalish Stoyan Fnachgan, agus Licken the Heinig, Raytoric the end of Edinburgh, Bergen Share Cart to Homa, agus Cart the Bee Fachte again, Ben O'Connor, Banistor, Chorcaí, and score Dernichans on the Galimnach, Sachiad Lash and Rotherog and Seeking the Fainty Contosigate, Fainty Digger Galimnach, and the Shake at Cork, agus Moran, Le Plains on the Nig of Ogre.
Cléhí na seachtain a going Dave na book faintí I had a loan shachuing GAA fehe 3 trichel going o chréf na Shaincher be cursi o chréf hella fehe a going Dave comach le fad agus na minor be clehawana going at the VO agus Skyliv and son o have na hamana de be trichle a going a grave na Shaincher under a seachtain na seo agus and son o have an chréf fehe into the mind comach le o chuig moon le o chuig lion GAA fehe 3 I had a loan ega hocht. Shamersin so limnach suivnas than good as mode and get lacher and son Yale they're cool denach sachlehe ag Diarmid Healy rud hagen tri chulin in the forna ag a bunch of nod doig ag limnach ena sé ag Cork an himul fechami der gul niveg Cossentori limni ro hasta ach beg tosa Corky an hasta
Kint agus ní bheoh forn banastíoch limní róhásta freisin le díreach ribh le ham agus bhí siad bhí an lábh an uachtar acu an poc amach fada ag Brian Saunderson agus bris sios cégur nach airóg le David Cremin ardú na ceann is éasca rinne sé go hanamhaid seo agus an passahoirt de Diarmid Healy ach an críoch seo ó Diarmid Healy caiúir mar tosaí tá sé códachar is tócha é seo aáil amach agus an sin cosnásta agus díreach stig sa líontán agus bhí sin ag tastal go mór ó Corky mar bhí siad ag folingt sa chéad le.
agus sin cool géilte denach sa chéad le ag limnach den dara cléthe as sa chéile ach ní daon fannig an thoisi gimmer cumán nach bhfuil?
Look, catú rá agus cégur Corcaigh me tá limnach I gimmert bhad níos fearr na Corcaigh an nocht agus cearcamíoch siad a bhad níos fearr fuide an tosig. Fécar an líro sin ag praba ar an lína 5 méadar os Cork Con Hayes agus an scór sin. Tána chud trúa gom de lína lán cúlaí Corcaigh mar tá limnach ag fáil an líród isteach a hanamha fécar seo arís an líród ag praba san áit beidir cearcamíoch lína le cúlaí Corcaigh agus an scór sin fátaí go sin ó fearil, agus tá gach duine lína lán tasach limnach tar éis scór aáil fuair Adam English scór freisin. So tá lína lán cúlaí Corcaigh faoi bhrú agus dóla móthúm tá na faibanna sa lína le cúlaí.
Okay, Corcaigh denna go mar sin hain vesach lethe seach lethe caig limnach buach an coinnig le cáútas na boutaí le cheannis agus cíimi chuna sa bheige cá sa dara le tréis ris. Fáilte rais so dé saharing sechuing be cluhí le cheannis na héireann in bell fé fethe a going díobh. So sin seachtain ó mar a círí agus sligach Kildare agus an dúin an dách le bio an sartíí cahar agus sin seachtain ón saharan mar a derim. Agus an cléthe le cheannis a bheith sa chamórta seo, so Corcaigh imethe tríd go dtíon cléthe cheannis cuma cad a Hurling na fórna chríochnín sa dar agus a tríomhhaid sa chamórta seo be si den naige chéile dé luan seachtain ón luan sechuing ag lethe le cheannis an chuige óna fethe tréis a seacht. Right, I mean, fechan Ben O'Connor for Cork the buí díreach ribh an risin son agus nílas a gom beidh sé bheith bheith béasach an in san dara le agus am cinnte go méid fearústal ceart é Ben. Tá míid fósta fanach der limnach le teachtamach, so beidir go bheith míid Jamie cúpla rud eile dhéan limnach an son in san géad le agus tá na cúlathe Corcaigh luigh tú agus sin go fechadar ag lethe faoi bhrú.
Yeah, tá siad faoi bhrú agus tócha tá lína lechúlaí Corcaigh fécar seo arís lína lechúlaí cos Corcaigh beag gáín in asnamh agus tá líród ag praba díreach os cóir lína lán tosaí limnach agus tá sé sin anna dachar de fearr lán cúlaí fécar seo arís sin O'Brien lárnach arís ag fáil in líród agus é choramachadí Paddy O'Donovan is tócha agus an scór má a hóga ge ach féic stigan sin tá Bertacha fágta stigan sin ó sin ó fearr agus Con Hayes agus tá an ómarcha spás os cóir na Bert sin agus tá si de croú anna chud faibanna agus tócha mar dúirt me is é feib lína lechúlaí Corcaigh níos mó ná lína lán cúlaí.
Okay, agus an teachtain seo agus le cúpla lános gan air sin a caint fé cuasaí scanalacha atá ará faoi réitóirí agus na maintar cail cuinnig go mthir stailc. Tá job anna bheith nach bhfuil a dhéanamh ag Niall Malone agus ag éireann.
Cinnte agus is tócha an príomhród le Niall Malone ach labhraíonn sé lena himróirí. Tá thugann sé tá ag géiste leis sin tá sé labhairt lena himróirí ag rála tá sé seo go má, níl sé seo go má agus ag tuairtáis cóir le díad conas chuna bheith na taclaí dhéanamh agus is tócha an frás ná give respect, get respect is é sin an meas a thuirt agus tá sin go déanta go hinnta ag Niall.
Godain. Okay, so limnach a mahar fort na himmerthe Corcaigh go mala tamil cíimi chuna sa bheith sa dara le limnach náide dóí Corcaigh chéine sé seo Brian agus Don le rís.
Se agus Diarmid Mullins a teachtamach ní léir niseach an tí léine agus tá Corcaigh mar a bhéidir sa chéad le mar bhfuil dearúdrum agus bheith fá láidir ar chomá go bhéad na bachéan achrú díanta ag limnach ag an mrise agus an réiteoir níos olaf chun in tarna leisio a hasnú. Cín de faointí a dúir na fórna 8 cín ar fad fachtaige Paddy O'Donovan 5 cín de focan na séir sa chéad lesan mar sin le thuireach le gleadálansa Mount a Cúig, the Crave O'Neill's are come free fehe na moon. Adam English. But and I can tell Lean against a largely Taraka Roman so I get Gabnach Tasha Butcher Fay in a cigags Butcher having a lot of clay.
Yeah, I've been on a Lee Road and son of Adam English, just Christian Stocks, Ila Brillia, Gary Gavin, not Rivet, nor hosting on Tang Chicata, but Tasha, a dinner van Impressiono, have the Hebrew tie in of in Ocht.
Martian Kintelium, Nafali and Arudenta, and then comes and da, and then the reached William Buckley and son Fevru Cart. Ta Colin Walsh Buck I mach get Cork Gadin Lina Lahos get Tosach and Tarna Lahasha. Agus Adam O'Sullivan. Agus Diarmid Healy to Falkestig and Akan Hulika. Martian Limnach Gaffin Clehan Suas, Adam English Mars Brückensach, Anna Varticht Ga Howland son. Lena Haman. Mihal Mullins. Shachun Walchinish, Agus Shinkown Anna Butcher Fevru again. Smut na British accounts and Akurachan Kini get Tiger Connell. Nach Eaton Hurley. Gimme Gumagadi Shach, well, the Hershe Brewer a Hul Boyd and son. Talia Limnach wish the Cosu Lohan son. Macalarn the Park reached a night on a school to go get Corky Butcher Kini get Adam Fitzgerald. English Fevru, Paddy O'Donovan, Carulish Homach, Corky Gavadni Sahana. So Florida Emerson team and Lena La Hostigach Force Hennig Adam Fitzgerald, no Costa took a Leshka, Agson Stutter, Stewart in the Cooley.
Yeah, it's Martin take Limnock and Sons of Skur Shalshin. I guess the Vision Lee Road near Rock Road one and Agony again. It's just Deer Cannon Trust on. I guess Big Sheet Lawn Sauce Edition.
Coming out of our board to get Ben Cunningham, Agaswell, which is in last month and Gule. Dierach last week, Fragment Lord, again Cunningham the Cork.
Yeah, and a go Wilson here on Buckamach. Or Sanderson and son just Brew Bjorg and son, I guess, Vishay Grishtacker, a have Mach Man, definitely, or a have Forward and son, I guess, Deer Cannon Trust on.
Marshall Maravia, Glahound, taking the fainty, in the four now. The play Rimishad, the boy Corkiger Fort Lord and Headlally Header Fainte. Hug the rag, Radamad, the Hubbardar and Tarnala, Agus via Boa Mahaleshko, Erin Glor and Law Dernach. When Le Liminach, Booteka, Fort Lord, Gehoma, Coscore, the Gunyan Chlard, Agus the Halider, and Clahavigun, and Sunday and Tachnichakaja, Erdale Fish, Gunya Hubbardaran. Martian Paddy O'Donovan, you don't go ahead, count Kuramu get Son Hona, Agus Martian Elanan Kursi, Anna Fainte.
Yeah, Conal and son, Agus shaking in issue of Willie Sarah, Paddy O'Donovan, Agus Mata Corky Con, Kalishi Martian, a Hort Limnock, you know, big on Boo, Eska Galore, Limnock Gedera.
Hurley bout to Varnella, Harve Udras, Hanson here, Tan Pass and Lacht, Kamaga, Adam Fitzgerald. Ben Cunningham and Jürgen Nachter who side because I hate Wuskult, Takucht and so, oh, how you go, Conlega showed because I could get Fireball and Hollig Harsh addressed on.
Image simply Cork Giggison, Ben Cunningham just like command Lee Road, August Dog, Shay Matten, I don't know if Shay Gurigi, Corkedy Tiger Con, but we Tykes and I can't take an umcart.
Martian Roffin to get Limnach, Agus Fragger, her Lord, I get Cork Satarna Lasha, Bert Mehe, Huntaloon and Son Shagri Ben O'Connor. Ishul Gear again showed the draw Ben Cunningham at all the year with Healy Hum Agus talk again Evan O'Leary. Graham Cura Erigomon Agus Limnach Dahl in the Sheenshire, Munina Hasta Skillina, Put your father and Trussa Paddy O'Donovan, a Southern Trasna, Agus Ta Carlations and Bratchik and Ray Tower, James Dwyer and Behunach and Trussa.
Well, Niachame Moran and son and Arira every in Bedigo Captain Ray Torgo Vul Shea Lesh and Gomanach just Visha Mar Era and Arira just a Grilesh. I guess but Chancellor the Paddy don't even know Tan Kyung Chub gone in his stackering on a keen on Tiavella Beda door.
Well, Birch Shed Jacker no Nabir Tan Farsa Agus and I knew Erhouse and Ochtiga.
Yeah, well, the Cork make Cacht Fowler may Corky on some Mata to go in Kalish Necker a yen of in Eglim Neon Son, a night, Octometer, Mac on goal, you know, pay to the Bloyd.
Cork Garish, Marion in there, Lech off, faint those the Hudlin need to and Fragra Factor, Loharach bound, Bailey Cork, needs a horror Shinnerin.
Well, Deireadh come Buckamock and Shim William Buckley, just like with Deireadh Roig and son agus on a score, but you know, better go with cool like Tasalo Cork and son. Three cooling con Derek and con chance of Horto Fain.
Buckamock Boot and son Gama, Killian Tobin, Stackney Buckley reached. Nish ta dúlana hút gasta Cossentori ta Ben Cunningham bergemach lachine ver Holen sa Cork tak a lastig le hefacht an tarna count on Emmert Cunningham.
Yeah, well, Shinny Murto and his father, son, Cormac Das and Shinnoggers over 4 William Buckley and Leroy just hooked your pass out, took the Ben Cunningham and son, Rin Shinrod Cart Massam, just there, Corharan Trust now, Marvisha, Ian Mader is Fehemak, I guess, you know, Tasha Dakar, Cool Island and son, but on the deal and Barkanish.
Sha, I guess, Brian Keating, a Hanig Stachmar on the Shalladach Sekiadla, I guess, had the other to get fair count Turkins, Colin Walsh. Anthony Nash, Farrell, the one in the heart is in Count Turk. Nish Limerick a race to Kerbrew or a Hennigan saw Kean Scully. Agus ta Keating, Savalach or shoot Lordach, Evan O'Leary. Diantar out to get shoot Hoffad and saw Le Gavin. Trastug, the Ronan Lions in Ish Farvonia Lean. Crave Aaron Idervanach the club would to get shoot. Con Hayes, a Reach Keen and son of the Gaelic Cork. Shane Kingston and Bautasa, Agus, William Matoka, Shane O'Brien, and Passastachany Hayes, Coramicht and Skyler, I shoot, Sugar the Ashina Farrell, Corkig, Lahek and Ryan of Ferro, no ferry, Trastagri English in ish, Bob Burton Sunday, Ryan Keating and Stritter in the corner, Shin painted and Scott, painted and Dushu and Gamawish.
Yeah, fine Limerick and son agus just Adam English like Fanactor and Glehan or Clay and son agus just Dibrick Sheet on Lee Road, Chester Craig agus no Ryan and Fashos chance and even October one lesh.
Nishmek Flagrig, Cork and Trussa, Ethan Hurley, Stachadi Shane O'Brien, Nish Ledna Nashincher O'Brien agus English, Estumu Khonebrinsa, Ta Barnett son Mosfedle, Shane O'Brien Wild Seed. Unkulesh, Paul gone out because I had Adrian played a lot on the floor, Mar SNC coach, Lord, no Horda, Aga Shin Painter, Lash Tignan Guriga, Shane O'Brien, Rhoda Lady in the Dintour.
Yeah, and a row her day again, son, Agus Barnamore and Isha, Oscald on Sunday, the Limerick Agus Kirkig. Fallis Bar, Keracooleen and Ishag Limerick, Agus Bin Score Root, and Son Launder, Young Wild took in our area, Shane O'Brien, a Dult Treed, Agus just run one in Agniga, Agus Gina Corhan Trust non.
Well, Adam O'Sullivan of Fort shaking the Fainty on Limerick to Hiedla, Bintmach, Cork Ross, O'Sullivan Mejstach, Makle Tony Stolum, a Shahan Farsa. Nish Marshin, Go Le Fragra, O'Cork Dara O'Sullivan. Glushachan Keen adults a chance and son. Muneen the hoe again, the Costa took a leshig agus fortitude. Ishtachansa, Grin Verlar Park, Agus Shachun Tiger Conlanish, Os Cordian Hol Portish Tachige, a Tourt Verhol, Achan Paint of Fachter.
Yeah, Fragramak the Corkig on son, Agus Bedrick Fekender and Glehan Ishavrian, Beder Fehen made no machine de Lidol, Beder me Corking is far better Ben O'Connor, Coramak on night in Wilshire, Goody Lorna Park, Amar, you know, it's Tashiana Yakar just for Hig Mark Oil, Dina's machine de, so Beder Connection is far just Coramak, Lorna Park, Beder Killing Tobin, Corshire, no machine de, Gortu, Hannah Fain and Ish, Barry Duff, Ivra Hock the Limerick on son, Agus he's Pagani, Beder 5 Gluniger and Tommy Quaid, Agus Diarmid Mullins, Kindly Nikhil on Sonach. Better make Tashi Comport galore, but Kai Corking a Wadney's for Sula, Citrian Law, Agus Maradut, better make his far Ben O'Connor, Kyola Macari Lorna Park, Agus digging to Venny Seradi.
Oh, same net and Clay, Eder Tiberdar, Agus Port Law, Gigas Tashi, Gamahatar to Lumtason, Bio, App TG Car, Law, and the Hura. Ach begen Clare fad Ahaspaint Television earvjoging. Nu de weg did it gentles on me Hall Mullins on Council Toshka Hall in Sonerige. Ta Cunningham in a Vager East. Ach ta Council Dirk Plasmog on the Gurle. Shanslick and Lesoga Cork Cook in her 4 in Ishika.
Yeah, just in counting, you know, tugan sé fábhach mar der fá den téhile an téh clé agus beidir nach raibh sé immuín an san féin, but fóstá Corcaigh ag lígad limnach dul garad leis an pocamach agus an sontá siad scuilte, caiitú búla suas ar an duine san go háir sa lelína agus chantan is peidir donna van ríis.
Se peidir ar an caiiteach mar láta sí limnach an sa agus tarach ar spás an sanna gcecht tá sí gafa trast an chúil, sé cíine inis ar fóríl ag limnach. Adam English, Terry Camach, got 3 and Lauren the Park, and a count Tokenson, again, Jeremy Healy, Sanair, Augustar, on Faraford and Cool, the head, Ross, Stachan Zone, Hole, Paint Anavra, on number to Soniga.
Yeah, dear on Bockamach on the road, I'm sure on air again, but a reached our Corky gate, Dridim Shear on Son, Gliggin Limnoch, Faircanus on Kyongarad on Son, Augusta. I'm sure Mashin Kaitu Bula, Susan, Tiona, Father, and Kidinella, a vegi fault in the road.
Right, scoring the Saturna against the 4 in the Atara. No, you do you could be again Limnach Fella, Hamata, Cooking Factor Casode, Agus Hena Shea, if you get Cork, Marston Shaking a Casode Saturna. Factor Nash again Adam English, Council Butcher head and live a clay again, Agus there 4 real. Marston Ta and Clasha, Le Buchten Force, be sure out the sun. Blinch McCarn, the grave the moon, the V Boo again Limnach. 3 blian the Rimishin, the boy Corkig, Limnach. Dacrach Liga, William Buckley, Snap elections on the Limnach, again Barry Duff, Swuskofadle Oshin or Farrell. Prisha Facht again Darragh Sullivan on pass live and more Tommy has a Freya Hershin, Adam Fitzgerald. Keating favour and saw again Fitzgerald Sasha Taka last dig the boot to Glanda come on again Shen through now for Shen score Shen seeking as a healer for really get Liminochanish.
Yeah, well, be Nietic Shea, Breher and Leroy to reach to Peter Connection is far, you know, Tasha Dakar, you know, Kyon, Kriana Corner, or Colin Oak, Manager Fagistal, just Brabok and Leroy and Son and Talovedic make these more chances again. Bert on the Danish, I talked about the Corky.
Timmy Wilkevere, Austin Law Jernach, Agus Kieran Doolan, Dunella, the Vochley, the Bars, Agus James Dwyer, Erguna the Merta, Tadikamach, Agus Limnach, Leschan Berthoort, Han Park, Shin John Kirby, Ergunica, Agus Finton Fitzgerald, Homa, Bert Hosnigan Law Jernach. Agus Barry Duff, Agus Michael Gavin, on Vertlar Park, a Hostigan Youth, Tasha Mehe, Marshantana Cossa, Fresh Alte, Mehe Machanson, Acharicht, Eaton Hurley, in the own critic captain, son, at Cossanta, Nesh Marshin, Nimona Batoon and Son, Agus Bruma, I get Jeremy Healy, Purtachan Kane and so. Can Hayes a Tachtach, Gula Dassiga, Darragh Sullivan, Ishal Tolavi, Marimiror, Achtan, the class of Holmahan. William Buckley put to Machiga, Takich to get Buckley, Achtan Barman more green, and Eigemach, Agus Ganang and Tavlish Martin, Paint to talk ahead, Anna Fainter.
Yeah, Buckley give it to Wadney's fast to Dalala Mata, Corky get Crohu, to say the Rihinishin, it does go Vedic sheet on Leroy, the Cornish Tax and Spas, Agus Rihiche, a Roy Kua, son Agus Lewis, Agus Krinis second in the so, Agus Inish, Tom Barner Lloyd Inish, could he cool in one.
Off in to get Buckley Saturnala, Agus my captain and I back Corky Grove, water my other shot, V. Dollamora. Gone out, man, to Taka Stachti and a Kahig Limnach and class of work and Hunkaru, the Hlahanish the moon.
Yeah, Mark, you know, on Shinkiran Doolin on a Lloyder and Son Agus, you know, Bottoon Dent on Son Key and Scully. Neil of God, the Stach on Son Mar, no, Neil and Kyungshaw Eska, you know, Egg Bully leader, Have Clay and Son, Shaska Hocht, Shaktomade and Machak, Mark Creek, you know, Clay Erko score. Roigan Clara Roig Mar big on score and Defreak score and he's Fardig and Glarna Martide Limnach.
Marshin Ben Cunningham, Agus Tasha Shin Boot to good dealer Fardige, Tarn the 4 in the quarter, the Gator on Go Uniomet.
Yeah, well on the score and Shin Agus momentum look Cork against Peter. Agus on the Tory Dollar Stock on Sun Fuiro Degan, Foy Began and Sun. Agus Pocamac and Isha Hogan.
Limnach told to Garrett, Hofadle Joseph Fitzgerald. Búilte Nuasanson, Ben O'Connor dierig council na gáilteach slachta ige Kingston. Nis tá Bertnú trú timpelar ar a rugby an sa ach Éiríonn go hálinn ar fad tríthe machchan sa cho fada le dúlan. A ríist plúcha dionmige limnach ar siúd ach éiríonn le Cork gan éiríonn Ethan Hurley dul istechan san agus fuair sé siúd buile díanach buile cruúig chuma agus beg cuma na scríbe ar a bharsa féich an scríbe tran hóna mar go sé i láran éna go thomláin.
Well, Ben O'Connor son faoi bhrúan is agus Ben Cunningham taobh leis an son agus rétóraigh míú an scéal dó agus carta buí is tóg ag tacht.
Mar sin carta tá spáinte an tarna ceann an chiad ceann de imireoir.
Yeah, well, another tá an rétóraigh ag taispáint an córa beidir gur bhfuil seo an tríú ceann as a céile beidir le an tríú bhuiile an son agus bhí an gáis ach de cruise stop leis an nimmer so beidir gur raibh sé buntáistú le Corky mar bhí Limerick ag brise leis an líróid agus sin rud a chuir an astam go minic séan an rétóran a dóg nó a bhín an sellh ag Limerick bheith sé beidir níos luig for a bheith ag brise leis an líróid seachas puck séir.
Mar sin tóca agus patún láimh seálan son ag Paddy O'Donovan nach bhí fearchorcaí beáiní beag cholatach an son agus tá a bhfuil an ceann san seolta isteach agus bhfuil sé díreach las moch an ggóilinn son míán son Fintan Fitzgerald.
Timmy Wills don hánig an bar tá sé gimar comasta commórtas put beáiní mól an son becódú dul agus an sellh dáil.
Nis mar sin Catá fácar de glób, tríú mar dí guile agus tána fór na gob ar choban sa ar fág TUS na Gael chus céim desleatíige díomad líhíonn sannach bhí smut an háis sa bhéidir scribh annachid cosantóirí timpealir.
Well, Grime on Sunday, massive of a shock. Grime, Kimi didn't know Cassinche, just Rassay currently rode a sheer on Sun, Goody, Healy, Agus Kimi and Sun, just the rook share alive on Sun, Agus Puck sayer, Sheen Plea, right, Brunt on Sun, Tushka on Kalish, and near the Vein Gaulish, and Arida Marvishik, Dul Sus, it draw on Brat Kunya in Arida, Agus, but in his chance, Ben Cunningham. Tá sé decha golóir an son ón Illing attire, but má inse sin right siad cooling contosig.
Well, for Paddy O'Donovan ceann an úna san sa chéad le ach rómha de Ben Cunningham agus sin chur a raibh na láimh deise. Ach ní mór a chur mú an nocht ag seo ach an oirid. Nis mar sin limnach. Bhí an swailótha sa chéad le agus ag tasach an tarna lethe isteach an sa. Darragh Sullivan ausar fadach tá Con Hayes muíoch gomán san na gcónaí feachtaige Shane O'Brien. Wilkinson begáinín beag ní hlachtar leis an lec.
Yeah, well, má dhéann tú stracha mar dhéann Timmy Wilkinson, Kimi an son, just a dhéann sé stracha an son, cai tú seasamh an son agus brú chur an duine agus sean séas ginis right again ag Paddy O'Donovan.
Adam English a tachgrín manistóir agus Godain féin dinú Bertracha Adam Fitzgerald chomá chéanna a rás a drón taobh líne agus pe cóirla bhíige diarmuid nó tróir Mullins dóibh feachta
cos an ggóil siad ag géirigh an bhirtú le I go bhfuil Anna Lewis fuha taring amach an son go dtí an tríon lár agus beidir just duine bháin nó Berta á gáilteistigh.
Nis ceansa a bhfuil buirte trast an chúil ag Paddy O'Donovan mar sin ceann churamúní ní ráda hinnig Ben Cunningham agus mé céan inis an chéad ceanna dtír an caiilteige O'Donovan.
Well, on Illing agus ag búla le de lámh dheis an sin tá sé decha glóir scódáil an Aitson.
Nis mar sin tuigeann limnach go gaithe siad buachtaint Buckley a ríist ag gimmert a bhadí sa bhar sa tarna le Ethan Hurley. Take chuig géhénig ón muile Steach a lár slí cían scolín ar a bhéin chuinnig Gaelic sé gaunsan áda go tappagan son ag Buckley siarn sa chofad le bhfuil cach tosan las mud an gúile fer a fuair cheann nó chuiging an láidearnach.
Well, an céad scór in this picture na hácht a chun muoí nó thuirta agus momentum thuirta don ar náine.
Tuc amach má chofad le Shane O'Brien ach tá an ferma facht go Micheál Mullins ar siúd. Steach fan a talún an a nétar fadan fan an sunnistig ige Cork agus an Council short the Stachanson a zone chuúla ige Ross O'Sullivan agus tá Cork chuirecha tosig ige.
Yeah, an over the again, son, Visha free fruach, Dimixion Var, Esk Galore, agus Kasha, Haran Trastan, agus Cork Ganish, Cooling Contusig.
Shach Contusig den Giadur. Tacht in that hour, Buckley a reach, Tash Chris, a young of Gesho, Leona Lewis, Satanala, agus a reach, Ta Fitzgerald Falk and the Yawagige, Tan Schlitter, Connor Harris and Trastan, agus Barnach off Intonishon.
Yeah, and three young Fuente, William Buckley, agus Inish, Danoi on Buatag, William Buckley, no, Lewis, agus a Crinis, agus, you know, no, the Hossein Check rate on a height in the sun, agus, on Tra Hulut Manadefa, Tasha Anna Hawk, agus, you know, being Chana Cream.
Nish Martin, Fragra Tastalio Limnach, Fachtensa, agus Diantic Mage, Adam Fitzgerald, Oshino Farlinish, Takin Lydian of again, Force in the hell of and paint to talk again, agus paint on the raw again, Oshino Farl.
Yeah, an over the Adam Fitzgerald and Shinmar the Valshe and the Cossentori Quick agus Hookshare pass law of that action, Pokemak to concern, Michal Mullins began in Squiltelish.
Cossin Joe Dr. Limnach and Trusson again, David Fitzgerald, agus Ta, and Council Memach, Harris Devlina, Con Hayes, Oshino Farrell, agus Adam Fitzgerald and Ishita Marlena Law, Tussig again Limnach. Kegel Con Hayes, Dierich, Trish, Roilemach, Gutcha Fog, and Sean O'Neill, Takastach and Art.
Yeah, well, in Pokemak, dear concern of your Sanderson, co-father Michal Mullins, Visha Harbar, or father, just the coil, Michal Mullins, and Leroy concern, Kuigan Cossentor, Limni, and son David Fitzgerald, Haran Tavlin, and so David Shishov, Kanunuk, Masfeld, Cork scored all week.
Well, come Aberdeen, Borhanish, Yermid Mullins, Bishop Token son again, David Fitzgerald. Anachid Iron Sparsh on Dave Son, Nish Adam O'Sullivan agus Visha Queen of Erhol, Dierich Faye, the Clitrecht in Chenkine, Fnacht Nakel and a 14, Ulen the Kale Cork, Pahora Homara, Agus College Genter Ben O'Connor and Trusson, Agus Corlesh, Tastal in Nishwig.
Yeah, well, Idri Blood and son on Colopa, Massam just the Vrushan, Dina Hara, you know, Tashiana Lloyd, the Binbu, Untoko, Ben O'Connor and son, Marvin Leroy, Kaita, but just on Colopa, I get to Triblodi door. I guess in Hurum Shaviction is Faranish, done Kuplinome, Derring, Citrian Law.
Carty Buigan, Mert Ben O'Connor, the Horkig Nacht, and Lachuli Lord, Agus and Fair Erdevline. Ben Cunningham. Nish.
Nietzsche shot Eescovri and Akinirud.
Martian Tasha Boertestach Gert Tasha Meher, have the live at Desha. Uchkiner for Ilige Korkig.
Yeah, Shin Gawkon. Tana Vuli Sayer Shin on Tave Shudden Fork, better Nisaruni, the Guna Evina Vulin Lirodin and Love Yesh.
Council Taka Hofad and Sodalimach Le John Kirby. Nish Michal Mullins at Diergan Kula Hossin, Texas and Mitch and Gent to come out Kirby Force the Vahik. Kyle to get Marta. Cork get Tach the Machach, Bruma get Oshino Farl. Glanta get Kieran Doolin, Agus on a fast trust in the park. Timmy will get a dive hole on go for Shahan Farsa. But to Keeney get Buckley reached. Crew Hennig, Tatsik the guest at Tanala Hannah Hennig, Nicher the Shekan and Lishmachin.
Well, but didn't take William Buckley, some Bakondo, Tus Cassagus, in a postimar, Shunan Boer Target, the Kudikshan of Ruhr Limni, Bedegovoye, Nuguk Yanok, Poxer and son.
Adam English, Sheeran Sugly Shane O'Brien. Cura Anala, Ergonidus to Corky, Gian Scully, Ben O'Connor. Nish Martin, Tasher Hartaway, or if Sonnestach Sanocht, Adam English, Shane O'Brien, Aralish, and then him day cut our shoulder gut. The other Cork give a car Degan so Ronald.
Well, Brian Sharon Raytor and son, but Kimi and so here, Nor Casson.
Well, Boyaker and Irida. ar a gún díanamh go bhfanach sé ar a barc an tarna carta bí ag Ben O'Connor tréiste a bheith gháile cuasa rugby ó sachan eachta sin chiad chléthe hasnóge ní marse a heasta go an chléthe críoch nó.
Tá sé dain séireach nó héú staach leis an gúlan an son I gcóí riamh ní raibh cíimian an saithríise. Ní raibh sé ró adaún go bud sinnéan rud dá seaach sé agus tá líigh sé do scoilí rithistachna oig bheoh sé cearcolóach nó a héúteach mar sin tá dain séarrán na gcóí tá dain séarrán na gcóí go bhaid tú carta.
Vis a kaint Yermid Mullins a tour corda da Imidoris ne Ben O'Connor fi Ronan Cornan son a kaint David Kremen agus pair of the VRA Gelesh ach ta Klas Harkai Taka her nation so Tarna la Corleisha Gali get Kian Scully agus Dinach Raha Edering of Vaun Gabahash Urshin maar Dership ended more gree is Ben O'Connor. Nish Marshin. Paddy O'Donovan in the lat Heinig den Bark. Ben Cunningham agus a chéile córa leis a brúg sa sála chéile. Ach búid isteach gé O'Donovan tá sé crín glór má tá sé fada glór. Tóca gé Brian Saunderson. Díra chus ciúna chéile nó mar cledol. Countson búid te trasna I dró Ben Cunningham count tácht go le buachtain in sa. Agus ferlam ní bhchaile déanamh go dílanson chuní heartú de chéan Scully amach go Adam English ferna síir tá Sorenson agus Scully dolisteach go láidir a bhí Hall Mullins Carlís Gailtonson cinnte ag Brian Keating agus beag deisiige limnach ar chúrsa chorlamó agus tá rointin le ceangal sa tlua.
Yeah, well, níiad fá just Scully ag dul roiig an son agus iwwer fétri just strakin beag an son agus a ríis beidir rudí ráite ní is a gam an son ach just mí Hall Mullins ag tuairt sumptó an son ach tuch séranis ag Paddy O'Donovan agus tá sí tá an ceantseo a bhaid ní séascan an na cína bhíige go dtí so seans maithige scóráil an so.
Tá deginige Hannah Heinig agus tá tréanú county aige agus níos a háchtaí fós tá míid chom a ríist.
Well, tríno méid le dul in éanacht le cuatamh gortathe beidir go méid gáin ó méid nó tríno méid an sonach inist tá sé anna háach Shelliv agus gan botún.
Spachta go hálinn sanna ar an sanna ggé William Buckley chumáile hénge ar a barc sa tarnala. Isteach go dtí Keating a dhéanann kick an pucsair nómatain ar náis go dtí Buckley an báta sa brahan sé rahíisne Timmy Wilk. Tógan is ag Wilk a tuca sé a tucaigh leistigh an sunda Ethan Hurley an council lascáilta dtír na Corley Cork curachan cínige.
Yeah, Anna Fasca Joe and son again. The Stockedy William Buckley agus Anna Fascady Wilk agus just Bullinger stock. Now the V on Buntosh start again. Son of the Christian Deer Cannon Trust on agus Corky Kuntuskiri stock. Anna Clay going and Iri Corky Coyle Hannah Fain agus Lear Godastino Hunt Chung Show Woken.
No Sir Paddy O'Donovan. Prish to get shoot Fadle Adam English. Nish Tana Cossa get shoot Shane Kingston and Hunter na Yawing. Ah, Toshishin go Hunter. Dríochtúil ag Adam English.
Yeah, the Northwestern Road and son active on Rétor on a field flaú leis de hoog sé Shane Shaq came and son agus Deer Cannon Trasnánach beran go scuilte leis den rí sin go rialta na Shaq cóscóir ríis agus mar dút mé Shelliv agus aspa botúna seo amach.
Nish an ard le Diarmid Healy. Ethan Hurley mar chéile córa cat son ag fácan na Yawig an son ag David Kremen agus Limerick iad mar achtint ar an anachid ó héad Shelliv le déineomanta nuas agus is an éigen na bhain siad sa chamórtas chuma tá an bua tastáil isteach go dtí sin á fearl. Dúrigan Bob of Wallinson ar Kingston nach fearmhaile óra a dhéanamh goma amach go dtí mí Hall Mullins inis. Joseph Fitzgerald a dúrige siúd a chimeáda a choras isteach a míle chúin hí cóla chuige corner na tosa níorháda hin William Chalísinson, Evan O'Leary a dhéanamh go dílanson féhrú agus tá siad gramathe a chéile measam go amach a bheith an pucsa ar a techt.
Ní beag an réitóra cábhis takas tóca beidir go dtí sin go raibh botún déanta tá measam go raibh tá chalís déint an seo bhí lábhar a grimige agus tá haing sé nuas
Ní muna go mun sin gansaí go.
so sin pucsa ar a staach an son agus
Pucsa ar amach a sethe rónil ar deire hir.
Well, Hurling should be able to go 5 big in Leishan cover on the machine, but you know, big Russell Sullivan, big D-Mark, for you know, Chinagus, big Banistori, Corky, D-Mark, come on, Marvit, Puxio, Tiltige, Massam.
Three numbers occur for Leishan Laurich Lake and counts on the skill of the Haman, Ethan Hurley, talk again the Gaelic Cork, Ben Cunningham, Naguli Uskil to get Ben, Agus will Bratlin or the Hashtag, Corky Hunkina reached.
Yeah, well, Coolin, Untuk, Shikuli, Tool, and Son Martin, Rookshare, and Buckamak, and Son August, Dear, the Cannon Trust, August, you know, Nora the Yen and the Cousintori, Bottoon, and Son Nora Yen, two Bottoon, August, Nora Vien, Profidente, Egan Vassura, you know, is William Moorish and
Shachtu Painting at Ben Cunningham, Tranhona, Diarmid Healy, if we're in Coolins, and I did in here, let me have Ben Nye in his dig. Nation Lewis, Adam English, and so, Bristol Lewis to get Farm Machine, sure. Takeich to get a Lars Leonson, Finton Fitzgerald. Score a lead at Tastalio Liminach. Cian Scully, Chowta, Edith Evlina, and Mega the Humison Passahut. Ishin Dianta Gamahaga, Ishtach Lars Lee, Nish on Lon Holy, Joseph Fitzgerald, Portish Tachaga students, and Achan Hossan Kama, Ishtigan Son again Corkig, Agasa Bene, Kieran Doolan Vian Son, Shachun Nish, a Ross Sus Van Bar Corkig. Limnach Hor Shalva Stachni Kremen Lana go reverse and Ray Tower David Kremen Favreau Cartiga Joseph Fitzgerald Agus Kiekers Cartanisha Gochaine and Schlitters of Wuchten Agus Eshin Dient Agus Dient Mahaga David Fitzgerald and Ish Martian Manakin Chip Neomut does the three King Katja Laka and was good deal and son again Howl Stachensa Toku Gomahanson Favreau get Cork Agus Gami Hall Mullins English Agus Cunningham Ishtachkadi Dara Sullivan Ishal Talavay Achtan Skilgus Mercevar Brintagomata Tokaleshansa again Adam Fitzgerald the Limnach Toku Bedra Tastal on Todd Aragnaha on Command Khalish Gounson Agus Gadain Fain Harish Tastan on son again John Kirby.
Ah, well, being on Vlorim and Son August Kirby and Son again there August Coolin took fight again son Corky got an senior who sides on Leroy the Gart hook Adam Sullivan on Leroy the Stackman if I know Dini Shakespeare Vule Stack August reached the corner course score.
Nish Printella Tastal Olimnach no scored the Hortagen Corking Mata Chacht Shelley Burtonsa August Stachkadi Ben Cunningham Gananga Church Pro Arm the Bar August Tan Schlitter Ord Crane Corky Huntasa gerecht.
Yeah, Farmar Far carts and I cart on August on a fast took it all August Dear Cannon Trust on August you know the strong cut of Contussi Grisha Corking.
Taku the Tastal Olimnach British Dachanson Shane O'Brien Focus to give me a Lachul Kingston Mata Chachtamach Lehuder Ossenson and Schlitter Prappadon Dalav Homahaga Mullins Burtachan Kingri Timmy Wilke Dulce Chanson saw Peter Roy Lichte Agus an Todd Darragh le Corkig Shelve Chimad Keating Anish Ila Hishtach Gadas 3 Vert Bulting Shachige Head of Love Cleggs 4 Eel Chance of on elevator Galamilachon Bokamach
Anton Björk Nacker Stiginish Nilaka second Falk and Son so Kaichi Shelve Dialon on Boxer but Flora Creek Nietzsche course score Todd Derrilo
Lavla Caldient Ericht Adam English Shelve Burton saw again Tiger O'Connell Agus on Ray Tower Agus on Adog Curriliana Viola on Sonnaga Agus Tasha Creech the Hensa good drama tool the Horking Tashed Anna Haas there the Evelina Vider Tamalma Dun Blashin Khunderig a Khunderi here Tarn Quinkin Khuntasika Vider Kyle had Peskel and Canish Ach Kilin Check will Derek Kuraka Le Fachtes Limini Leshamosa Egahar Limni.
Sha Kindaka ag fekin she sort of means and son the Corky Capfogger of on Crave boot going to one Crave the one Crave the here and son so you know Godoin Fain the V on Clay Shaw hard of a talk to Doiv Agus on Cleco the Machine you know Safe no mit there Agus go higher in order could have Ben O'Connell and Bork you know via momentum the Corky Fritchie Godin Agus you know via on boot tilt the Corky there.
Well Ray Glorver the Limnach Cinnamon echt na forne Rd.5 Dierig Bully of Water Comaka on Manure Fui Fehe no Gahad Engrad na Shincher Agus Shin counts the Coos de Grev Gervor to get Corkig and Bones Shane O'Brien Agus a Cholaka ni Rainig Glow on the Pointy a gáil dead here bhí point an hácht a get Timmy Wilkinson the Cork.
Agus gafar ráhrín an son an bínse a dúsáid Corky Kieran Doolan de mar sé haar barn or hannig sé an bar agus Rhys Wilt darnoi agus Michal Mullen sa den mé Derek V. Sherrows a fadig tamán a roig agus Adam O'Sullivan sa cúne dú sa céadla agus a gahar dara ifir a cahar.
Aber le mé William Buckley bhí Sherrows sa tarnala.
Yeah, well, William Buckley is imró specialty in our era, you know, tá sé skillú, tá sé tapig agus tá ceann maithir cumá, but sa céadla ní raibh Corky ag buint úsáidas tá ní roir Garta bhí rúnach dó ach sa darala bhí sé tactol an a parca ag gún sína lí roide bhí a cahabhisteach sa spás ag Corcaig agus caffar rán son gon na scórna fórsin sin bhí sin haar bar a fá trí cían son sa darala.
Well, is beagnéchar a scarna fóir seo pointe súra goháin an pointe sa bhreise ag Corcaig búte ag Corcaig an sa héna na díag ag Corcaig náide féhéan ag Limerick.
Tá Ben Cunningham taka chun Lartling, Ben, who scored that point that ultimately sealed the win at the end. That was a tasty performance and a big win.
It was a rip-roaring game, to be fair. Now, it was we already qualified before the game, but that didn't change anything. We're coming up to the Gaelic grounds on a Friday night. What more could you want? Like, to knock out Limerick, who are obviously an exceptional team. Like, they put us the whole way. It was only a last-minute shot to seal it, so it was a very, very tough game.
Yeah, and we were sure, you know, Limerick had to win to get through. You didn't need to do anything to get through. That there would be a 5% difference in your performance, but it was anything but.
No, you can't drop your standards. Standards is everything. You have to fight for every game. You fight for every ball. As all the management are saying, you have to give it all and everything. You can't just turn it on one day and turn it off the next. You have to give your all in every single game, and that's what we did.
You had to do it with 14 men.
Yeah. Ben, exceptional player, one of my good buddies. You saw what he did. He'll be a huge loss to GA, obviously, but what a player and what a man.
And will he be okay for the? I mean, I know that rugby is beckoning for him, but will he be okay for the rest of this championship?
Yeah, as far as I know, anyway, he should be able to finish out the 20s, and then he'll be going off living the life in the rugby world. So I think that's the story anyway.
Okay, the goal crucial. Yeah. You know that you managed, I suppose, to keep that goal between the teams for large sections of the game, and I suppose the goal when it came at a really important time for you just before half-time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pattern with us these days, and we actually have to get out of our game. We're starting very slow in games, and it's not what we want. We're putting the teams on the front foot, and it's not what we need. We can't do that from now on. And obviously, in 2 weeks' time in the Munster final, that's not what we'll be looking for, and we'll be looking for a strong start because we can't do it every time.
Well done, your victory, Ben.
Perfect. Thank you. Cheers.
Ach, in de feintje Ben Cunningham tranon en dag aan jarnige goma achter weer Limerick beter bouwen hostig agus wie de hedi Oshina Farrell browsach gemaakt op shoot Paddy O'Donnell met eruit was de pakken ser agus on nemen dat is wie geen feintje les parale gal Limerick en son geedla voor Adam O'Sullivan 3 keer se geedla en score knieuw nog ik Dermot Healy en son kreeg ik patent te shoot Satarnala wie de hedi Adam English vadis se fakali henig agus Shane O'Brien gedein henig ach dieger nie Cork Nash Tyke O'Connell and son of Lorna Park Ben Cunningham Leroux na skillene Fadetage shoot Rodderog Ben O'Connell John and Corner Devine Kelure Feichoun Skribe in front to get Patrick O'Donovan Adam English the tricky in Shane O'Brien and son Lachon finisher Ben Cunningham Maxon cool to get Dermot Healy the tricky get him and Sullivan the score all of the Cork.
Tá banistóir na fórna Ben O'Connor tagach an Lartling and Sarah Davelina. Ben, you must be happy with that evening's work.
Yeah, I'm delighted. I suppose with a few harsh words at half time, we hadn't told and we were lucky enough to only going to go down at half time, but like to lay on the line for the boys inside there half time, and like we were already in the Munster final, so fellas could have just died and said, look, we'll have another day out, but no, these are a deadly bunch of young fellas, and I think in all our games so far we started slow, but we've got back into it and finished strong in all the games. And like you see the panel we have there, we brought on 5 subs there again today, and they all made an impact after coming on. So look, we're just delighted. We set out to start the year to win our 2 home games. We won them, and then we said we're going to win our 2 away games, and we've that done. We're in a Munster final, we're in a great position, but we've not even won yet.
Was it the hardest game to get players up for, bearing in mind that you already knew you were through to the final?
No, I don't think it was, because competition is so much in this panel. Like we have 35 or 36 fellas training, like, and it is a job to get into the 24 in the match day, like not to mind to get into the 15. So we've competitive matches there every night at training, and fellas putting in a fierce effort. It's just a pity that we can't get get every fella into the match day squad every day, but look, they're giving everything a training. We're delighted with that.
We thought David Cremen's chance was gone when he was trying to get the ball up, but he managed to escape the clutches of the Limerick backs to create. Diarmuid Healy's goal came at a really important time.
Yeah, we said there, the three of Rd.5 us on the sideline, we said there, chance gone after he failed to pick 3 times, but in fairness to him, he kept at it and popped it across, and it's a very important goal, like, because we're kind of out at that stage and just give us a foothold in when we got into the second half.
In the second half then, you did have that purple patch. I think you had 6 unanswered points. Generally speaking, the job that you did on Shane O'Brien, Adam English, like the senior players, Patrick O'Donovan?
Yeah, and look, that wasn't anything by design. Like, we go out and we pick our team, and if a fella causing problems in, we'll move fellas around. So I think, like, Shane Kingston was outstanding, Micheál Mullins was outstanding, Ben O'Connor while he was on was outstanding. So look, Mark Howell, especially all our backs, especially, I thought they were all outstanding, because especially in the first half when we were under pressure, they were the fellas that were keeping the thing ticking over. Yeah,
Owen Downey, you left him aside, who would normally have been, I suppose, playing at the half-back line. Ben O'Connor came in for his first competitive game at this level for Cork. How do you think he did? I know he got the red card, but overall, he needed to get 60 minutes in.
Yeah, we needed to get 60 minutes, and he was flat after 30 minutes. But we said we had to get him in there and keep him inside there to get used to the tempo for the game of hurling is, and like, I thought he was very good. As you see, he's very physical. His hurling will improve the more training he gets with us now, and he's a big addition to the panel with us.
Okay, driving on now to the final, Ben.
Yeah, it is just a pity now that we could be without Owen Downey for a final. So, like, I'm going to echo what all the other under-20 managers have said. Like, I think it's a pure joke, like, that a fella can't play at his own age group. Why not make him play at 20 years of age in his own age group when he can play no more? After this year, he's finished with under-20, so why not make him play the 20 and not the senior? He should be able to play both. And look, I think that's the common sense thing, that if he's available and he wants to play, he should be able to play in senior and 20.
Yeah, and we heard Conor Lafferty saying the same thing when Down won the Ulster football the other night. Is it something that you expect the GAA to listen to and to maybe look at changing the rules?
Did the GAA ever listen? Do they ever listen to anything? Like, there's no bit of common sense. Like, I'd like to know who voted on this. This vote was done in above, and they changed the wording of it in after to confuse the whole lot. So if you take out the wording of it there and you read it, you have to read it 10 times and you still don't know what's going on. So leave under 20s, play under 20 and senior if they're good enough. Don't be ruining a young fella's chance of playing in a Munster final.
Thanks, Ben. Gurmagat. Okay, well said.
Shagalor Lerage Ben O'Connor. So now the Clare Eller Shula noch gan out agus ma hasún fechen an Claishin Nistiani na vi Geishlum fe couple nom dat so Crevman of fe Clare like Hanish the moon Shin Maraveg ni le me mache ma hasin Rale mach had harle so Clare Nistiani. Peg Claishin or Shul Dirich na veg der dient going and so. Nish man le kursi Pelle. Clare la Hanish na herin be Kiri agus lige ga yechen de gele Kildara agus Kunta and doing it's on a shul de Sahan Shahuin.
Shamar Shin, so ni fog a couple of nomad, but in Pointy and Ben O'Connor and Son Dara, Shinny and Pointy will gacht in a gach banish door a kind fui, na him Rory, is Farataka, is Tiglash na Shincher, and real Shacht Lasha, ni vesh airfoil gach Shanston Glehekanish. One down it make kind fui.
Yeah, look, is Stoka Tasha Anna Dakar Corky, agus Anna Dakar Gahara her own Downey is Stoka, you know, of Kyle der Claymore Shin. Is Stoka and Tover Shin. Look, Tigum Ga Have dun pingin Shin, you know, Ta Dulgas there and coming Lucas Gael is Stoka na lads Oga Shin is Stoka a hostant Oid Hain, agus, you know, is Stoka an Umerka Clihi Aimert Ak. Dort Conor Laverty in the Shachtana Ton 5 in Anna agus Fiora Nis Mo na an show. So is Stoka it's a Shin on prevert Dumsa kai Adiru Stocker agus, you know, like Neil Dini Kasula Connor agus Ben Egg Denav na Kinney Shin agus Neil Partakos the Kinney Shin agus Stoka Bader Gerbe Shin 5 Stoka on Process na Kinna yen of Knockwill na lads mar Shin Ishtigs to show more freshen.
Alright, well back on down the Ishtig the Pat Ryan agus Shaincher Horky as Shahamak so is Stoka Shin and Dera Vega shoot lesh and Gomorta Sara Hasha Ak Fekenter Ig agus Kirkig Anna Vaharish to know.
Yeah, Anna Kuluk Dara La Kinta agus, you know, Stoka vi Fiaus Moraka, Fekami Shaw, Dirk Solarak, Vichonakar Anna Vorig Ben Cunningham to Dara La, agus, you know, Rinashe Kinney Ma Lesh Narirodia Forshe Vishans cool again is Luha Freshen. sa dara lá chóg sé an cúlín agus tócha bhí fáinach ag émart Corky, you know, bhí anna tunnachar Gras O'Sullivan an seo freisin féic a ríis, Ben Cunningham a ríis le cúlín anna bhád a Corky gach. You know, for Corky anna fraba ón bín se fresh an caiimid a rá, you know, for Timmy Will cúlín, bhí Ross O'Sullivan lárnach, so caithfidh go bhfuil fern banistíocht Corky anna sásta le sin mar fuair siad anna tunnachar ón bín se freisin agus anis, you know, bhí mar a caintrih an cléthe. Tá deisina ag na lads is tócha áit áil sa fern agus tá si taréis tócha cinethe a thuirt den banisteach a dhéanamh.
All right, okay. Carciló mar sin, so Corky ceathrú bua a cosisiúd an ceathrú ceann as a chéile agus í trí go dtíon cléthe canis limnach imethe as an gomórta seo. Tá Tibredáin agus Portláirige treis a bheith immert sa cléthe mór eile a nocht bhí bua a tastáil ó Tibredáin sa cheann san le cáilú dus an bouta le cheanis agus cíimi conas a dairig lo in aig na déisih treis an bhrise fannig í